Friday Night Glory here at the Beer Cave again. Fort Worth Brewer up against Saginaw Rough Riders. I'm here with my main man, Paul Miranda, and kick, Mark Henry. Great atmosphere for senior night, Paul, and they finally got you out here.
Yes, sir, with open arms. Creed style, baby, with open arms, baby.
I told you, Paul, they rolled out the red carpet for me last week, and they turned around and did it again for us this week, Paul.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't beat it.
The DFW needs to have open, what they call it, open house.
Yes, they do.
To show how to welcome a group like us right now to help glorify their kids right now, man.
I mean, access to Coach Peterman, Coach P. I mean, it's
Coach P. DeSoto High School still misses you. I don't care if they don't want to tell you or not. I'm going to be the first to say that. We miss you, DeSoto, Todd Peterman.
The Brewer radio guys, I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. They've all just come up with a big handshake, greeted us warm greetings. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. And our buddy Dan's got us with a great hookup of the audio here tonight, man. I'm really looking forward to doing this broadcast. And again, Paul, it's senior night. You've been through that with Jules at Ford. It's a special night when you have senior night.
You know, I was talking to Blake, Cortland Blake's father. Shout out to him and his people. They've been together since yay high. This group right here, this senior group.
Yes.
And it brought me back to when Marquise Bowden, Jordan Berry, Chase Winchester, Boss Wallace, Tristan Wallace, brought me back to those moments. And I told him, I said, hey, big fella, enjoy every last second from this moment on. I don't know when it's going to end. You know what I'm saying? But there's an end that comes.
Right.
Even if you win the championship, there's an end that comes. And I'm telling you, I remember my time when it ended. It was in jubilation, don't get me wrong. But man, when we walked out that Alamo Dome, that March night, I could hear New Edition in the background following me, talking about, is this the end? I want to know.
Oh, here we are about ready to start here. The opening tip here is the Saginaw Rough Riders come in here with a 5-8 record in district ball and undefeated for the Brewer Brewers. I mean, what can you say? I mean, it's, first district title since 1965 we found out here as the opening tip goes to Brewer. It's been a great season for Coach P's bunch.
Man, I am anxiously wanting to watch Gerard Taylor right now.
Yes.
Dude looks like he got all kind of athleticism in him. Ooh,
nice fake inside,
nice.
goes up top, misses the jump. Rebound for Saginaw. As we just started here, the first quarter here in this 5-7-8 district title here is obviously the Fort Worth Brewer Bears already clinched last week with the win over Birdville on Tuesday. Trying to go for an undefeated record though in district, which is I think is huge.
Triple overtime last week. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a triple overtime. It was a great game, great atmosphere. Had enough energy to still cut down those nets too at the end.
those are normally the games I get, Kenny. How did you end up with that game, man? I don't know.
I don't know. Mark
I had to go watch DeSoto blast Mansfield Summit, but never mind.
Mark Henry and I decided it was so much fun we wanted to make sure we had an extra 12 minutes of basketball, and we got it last week.
I see that. Henry Manley gets fouled going to the cup.
And it looks like
we're looking 6'4" senior for Saginaw. I don't know much about these teams right now, but I'm looking on the floor. Look like we got some pretty athletic looking guys out there, man.
And the first free throw is missed there. By number 21, is that Henry Manley at the free throw?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. For Brewer, I mean, it's one of those things where they didn't shoot the ball very well last Tuesday, the game that we did do, but they shot the ball much better this past Friday with the big win that they had last Friday. And he missed the second free throw. Rebound by the big fella. As we're just under a minute gone here in the first quarter, 0-0 game here. As we've got a senior-only starters out here on the floor for the Brewer and the dish. And it's going to be knocked out. We stay here, be Brewer ball.
Big fella. He was looking for Mr. Cortland.
Yes.
Cortland Blake.
Well, I'll tell you this, that Mr. Avent, boy, he was the player of the game last week. I mean, that point guard was steadying force during the triple overtimes, and as we did make, he was 7 for 8 in the third overtime alone for the point guard last week. And we get a foul here as the big fella goes in strong. A foul, I believe that's going to be on number 12, Keith Parker. Oh, that's going to be Henry Manley, I'm sorry.
Cortland Blake played his AAU career with Triumph.
Okay, Triumph, yeah.
Mike Hatch.
Mike Hatch, yes.
Northwest, Justin Northwest.
Now
former head coach, now at SMU.
Yeah, now at SMU now. Yes, Mike Hatch.
Did a great job with Blake. I watched him a little bit this last year. The year before, he was pretty solid with the 16s.
And Blake with both free throws. Nice touch from the free throw line. 2-0 lead here early in the first quarter with 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. The big fella got a lot of comparisons to Big Baby, Oliver Miller. Got the quick, nice, soft feet. I mean, he's really light on his feet. That's what I really was impressed with last week.
Manley gets fouled again going to the basket. Manley is
second team
on
foul
the attack,
against him.
24. Picked up the foul for Saginaw. For Brewer.
It's Colin Altman. That's a second team foul against the Bears.
And he's from Abilene, Texas. Shout out to Abilene, Texas. All the people that live over there by the Sizzler Steakhouse. Camelot Apartments.
Dribble to the side, backside rebound by Gerard Taylor. Bears look to come up on the fast break, pull it up top. As you'll notice, the Bears are very patient, and he pulls from three, doesn't get it. Long rebound, goes to the Bears.
Reagan Elementary in Abilene. Lincoln Middle School in Abilene. Yeah, I used to live in Abilene. Abilene Cooper, Abilene High. Shout out.
Last week, Lalick had a real tough shooting night last Tuesday night against Birdville. Much better on past Friday. Has not found the shooting stroke at home here the last 2 games just yet. Get the early turnover here by the big fella.
I want to see what Mr. Woosley is about, man. I've been hearing a couple good things about the small package of dynamite.
Yes, very quick with the ball, got great handles. He had a tough shooting night last week, also the game that we did cover, but I mean, you can tell he's an athletic guy, and he's a guy that plays good, solid defense also, Paul, and got great quickness also. Ball up top.
Crowd is a little quiet. I know you said something about the Tuesday crowd. Oh, give me that.
A big pick right there. Wow.
Good
Woosley
pass.
looks inside, gets
Good
it into
pass.
Taylor, and the big finish,
Good
and
pass.
one.
Shout out to my man.
From David Woosley.
I think it's Kenneth Woosley, he said his name was. He's the cousin of Mr. Woosley right there, David Woosley. Shout out to his cousin. Him and his wife got a pleasure to meet before the game. And these people out here are so friendly also, man.
Yes, they are. As Taylor shooting the bonus. And is in and out. Rebound by Cameron Williams. And for Saginaw, we haven't mentioned much about them. Mr. Perkins is going to be their main man, the point guard there.
Okay.
I mean, he is
Number 20.
20. Cameron Williams with the long three there. Gets Saginaw on the board here. 4-3 with 4:45 left here in the first quarter. Cameron Williams and Perkins are really good, kind of the three-headed guard that they got play up there with also with number 11,
Taylor.
Kyler Malone. Taylor with another take.
Gerard Taylor with another reverse bucket.
Gerard Taylor is going to be your junk man here. He's going to do everything that may not show up in the box score there, but he's a very athletic kid, plays very sound defense, gets rebounds, got good length here. Nice take
Got
there.
beat there by number 11, Kyler Malone.
Malone, yeah, that's Malone. That's for his first bucket. As we got a 6-5 lead here for the Bears here, halfway through the first. Saginaw is a very athletic team, and they have
Relic.
nice pull there, doesn't go in. Rebound by the Rough Riders, Cameron Williams. And we're going to get a quick timeout by Coach Kraft. As we got
injury timeout.
Yep, injury timeout.
44.
Benoit Kantamapoo, he's down. Looks like he's rolled his ankle a little bit.
Katapua.
Katapua?
Katampua.
It's a big kid.
Katampua.
And we started.
We're going to get it right.
We
Give me 20 chances. We're going to get it right. 20.
Saginaw ball looking for their first lead of the game. And the long three attempt by Cameron is off back iron. Big rebound there.
Williams ain't shy about nothing.
No, he was not on that one. Penetration by Perkins goes inside off the
glass.
Yeah.
The bank is always open.
Gives the first lead here to the Rough Riders.
Brewer.
7-6 with 3:20 left here in the first. And again, that kind of like last week with the Bears, lethargic first start a little bit. You know, not sure why that is the case there, Paul, a little bit. At home, you know, the energy level's not right there. But I know last week, Coach P got them straight with that extended defense. Long three by Layla does not go in. Big rebound by Taylor, though. And Portland goes inside, kicks it back out. Another turnover by the Bears as Perkins on the fast break. Gets a kick, doesn't go in to Malone. Malone kicks it back out to Williams. As Williams sets up the offense, and he pulls again from three. Back iron, not kind. Big rebound, offensive rebound. Williams goes back up, gets the foul on Portland, it looks like. Yeah. I believe the big fella. No, it's Taylor.
Put up already.
Believe the
Bears his first, team second.
Was that on?
I think it was Taylor that may have got the foul there. I'm not certain. Okay, Laylick. Okay, they didn't get. Yeah, he got him outside. Man. Thank you there, my buddy Dan next to me. Appreciate all that love. Appreciate it.
The Bears were down 10 points at the end of the first quarter last Friday.
That's right.
Number 2, Anthony.
Came back and won their
I think it's an epidemic going around with all the top teams that's already closed out in district. You know, DeSoto did that last week. Very, very slow start for them.
Missed free throw.
The game that I just saw last week against, what we say?
Mansfield, Timberville.
Timberview. Timberview started off slow.
And who was that? Summit? No, it was
Summit against DeSoto. Timberview against
Seguin. Seguin, excuse me. That's right. And we're going to get a foul called. I think we're going to get it on Saginaw, so we will stay here. Bears ball.
Foul on Saginaw, number 20, Cameron Williams is second.
That's Cameron Williams' second foul early here in the first quarter. That's something to monitor there. Gets inside, and another turnover by the Bears. That's their fourth turnover here early in the. And we're going to get a foul on Avon.
Parker, the 5'10" guard comes out of there.
Foul on the Bears, number 10, Devin Avon is first.
Devin Avon, his first. Dave, as good as the Bears are, it's definitely Devin Avon's show. I mean, he runs the show here. They'll go as far as Devin Avon takes them in there. I mean, you got the big fella to get the inside out, but you know, you like to have that steady point guard to be able to get your offense run and get good shots, and he is the guy that facilitates that. Off the back iron there. Big rebound.
Give me
there.
that.
And we're going to get a foul.
Number 1, David Woosley. Okay, so
another reach.
Hold on, did Evan come off the bench?
Yes, he did. They started all 5 seniors here tonight. They started Altman in his place, Cullen Allman. Okay. And so that's kind of like that. I like how you kind of get that. Make sure all your seniors start out there. You know, Cullen Allman's not normally a starter, so that's kind of nice to get that. You know, on your last lick here at home.
Coach Dyer at DeSoto used to do that. I hated it, but
yeah, the first free throw by Taylor is good. 8-6 lead for Saginaw.
I was at that too.
And the second one is short. Here we're under 2 minutes left here in the first.
I was at that too.
Got an 8-6 lead here by the Bears. Again, that
3-2 zone a little bit.
And the long pump fake by Woosley. Dribbles back out. Smart little trap there by Saginaw there in the corner.
Man, Blaine Taylor got some long arms right here for Saginaw on this bottom right here. Look at this.
That three-headed guard for Saginaw was really good. The long three again there by, I think that was Davis. It is a miss, and it's a rebound by Saginaw as Perkins brings it up with 1:20 left here in the first. An 8-6 lead for the Rough Riders here as they have kind of taken the crowd out of this early here with the, you know.
Still early, still early.
Up top. And the long three by, number 12.
Keith Parker.
It's Keith Parker. Rebound by the Bears. Woosley has it up top.
Keith Parker has a nice looking frame as well.
As we're under a minute left and almost a near turnover over at half court. It looks like the Bears are trying to get the last shot maybe of the corner.
I can't wait to get down there in the teeth of that student body down there at halftime.
Dribble penetration by the Bears. deflected to the big fella, kicks it back out, swing around, approaching 30
ball
seconds
movement.
left here in the first quarter.
Look at that.
And the long
Left-handed.
three by
Oh.
Evan doesn't go in for Devin, and we got a
No
jump ball. As my buddy, as Parker wrestling with the big fella down low with the glare afterwards.
I like that out of that plate too, though. For
Yeah.
him to be that big and to hands in there like that.
Absolutely. Got an 8-6 lead here for the Rough Riders. 20 seconds left here in the first. Perkins up top. Gets it out to Parker. Parker on the dribble penetration. As we approach 10 seconds, Perkins going one-on-one with the long three attempt off the front iron. Rebound Cortland. Bears looking to try to get a shot here before the quarter ends. And the three attempt from Davis goes up and no good. As tough shooting first quarter for the Bears here, as they were 0 for 5 from three-point land in this game here. As we'll take it in here with the first quarter order with an 8-6 Saginaw lead over Brewer. We'll be right back.
The great Paul Miranda. He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
As we get introduced here into the Brewer crowd here as Paul Morander's serenaded here at Brewer tonight as we start the second quarter. But an 8-6 Saginaw lead here early. Cold shooting first quarter for the Brewer Bears there. Did not make any of their threes again. It's kind of like what a deja vu of last week where they got off to the slow start. And the triple chasing inside to Taylor. He goes up strong, doesn't get it. Rebound by Saginaw Rough Riders.
There I go.
There we go. Now we can hear. Now we can
got no
hear my
music on.
man. Now we can hear my man. Paul. Dribble penetration goes in.
About 3 or 4 ears.
It's going to be off Saginaw, and it's going to be Bears ball.
I am always there. No.
7:14
That's
left
why.
here in the second. Yeah, you had your own.
No.
We have this high technology here tonight from my buddy Dan Kick over here. I said
Man,
we got
shout out to Big
Yeah,
Dan.
Dan got my man
Dan.
Paul Miranda going into his own headphones. The reason why he couldn't hear me.
Hey, I'm feeling like a pro over here, man. Dan got us
Man.
all professional lives
Inside
over here.
the-
That ain't a
inside
word,
pump fake
kids,
for
so don't
Davis.
be
Kicks
trying
it
to
back
say
in.
that at school.
Going to get the foul
Every now and then I do that.
on the ground. I believe the foul's going to be on number 21, Henry Manley.
Great pass, man. Awesome pass.
Yeah, this was. Oh, that's going to be on
Man,
Taylor.
14's got
Excuse
some
me.
size on him.
And we got a bucket. Who was that? Who did? I'm sorry. Looked down and missed who scored the bucket there. It's 8-8 for the Bears. Tie it up here with a minute and 15 gone here in the second quarter. Dribble penetration and the defensive intensity has picked up again for the Bears. Again, kind of that second quarter where the Coach P says, hey, we need to get our heads back in the game here and extend the defense, and they have done that now. Skip pass, penetration, goes inside to
pass.
Duncan. Duncan couldn't hold on to it. Tough pass to the big fella. Another turnover for the Bears. As the Rough Riders,
Ryan Taylor with them long arms for Saginaw.
Yes,
Comes up
he
with the loose ball.
Malone looking inside, kicks it out to Perkins. Perkins back up to Cameron Williams. Williams up top, and the long three from Malone. Off the back iron, doesn't go in. Rebound by the Bears. It's Taylor. Oh, excuse me, that's Devin Avent. And the skip pass to the big fella, Cortland. He kicks it. inside into Duncan. Duncan goes up, going to get the travel call, I believe, or we're going to get the foul on the floor before that. That'll be on number 4, Blaine Taylor. I believe that's his second. That is team foul number 5.
Randy Edwards, if you are listening, you need to follow Dan.
Dan
you need to find out what we on over here, baby.
And inside to the big fella, Fortland goes up and strong and finishes.
Big baby!
Beautiful pass on the inbounds pass. Gets it to Cortland Blake.
Muscling that thing in there, man. The big fella muscles.
Katapapua is back in the game after he looked like he injured his foot earlier in the first quarter. He was back in the game. He's the one that picks up the foul. And the bonus for the big fella is bounced in.
He's got a nice soft touch.
Nice touch from the free throw line. Extends the lead to 11-8 over Saginaw here with 5:40 left here in the second quarter. Malone up top. Perkins looking inside to penetrate. I like Perkins' frame for a point guard. I think he's got real good length, got nice. Cameron on the take does not get, and gets the continuation. Wow, and
one. Hold on, Ralph, he ain't in the pros yet, Ralph. You getting him ready? Oh, you say you getting him ready?
Yes.
Getting him ready.
Got the foul on Lelick. That's his second foul. That's a 16 foul against.
He's a shooting machine.
The Bears. And we got 6 against Saginaw, so the next foul will be the one-on-one either way, and he knocks down the next one, Cameron Williams.
There are guys that watch things happen, let things happen, and make things happen.
Cameron Wilson.
Cameron Williams is trying to make some things happen today. You don't know him, I don't know him. We finding out today.
We finding out today that he's not scared, are we? And the big
Mr.
fella
Blake.
with the big three goes in and out. Rebound, Cam Williams. As we got 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Malone bringing the ball up here for the Saginaw. And again, the energy level still not where it probably needs to be at. I think either side here. It just seems like you said, Paul. End of the year, kind of. Well, you know, we're playing out the string for Saginaw, but you know, and pretty much we already know that the Bears are going to be playing Braswell in the first round, so it's kind of one of those where there's not much incentive here.
That district there, I hadn't seen Braswell play this year, but they looking at the box scores, a lot of tough games against the top 3.
Yes, they have.
You know, they were in contention against Little Elm.
Yes, they were.
Even with Trey White.
Well, and not only that, I think that Braswell is going to be a tough out for these for Brewer. There's no question here. I mean, it's. Don't look at the record and say, oh, well, you're going to be able to beat them. And I know Coach P's not taking them lightly either. I do know that.
Everybody's 0-0
Yeah.
starting after tonight. Some of the people are going to be out with all their AAU teams. Some of these guys are still advancing.
David Woosley with his first free throw in. And the second one is good. First second point of the game.
Woosley
extends the lead to 13-11 here with 4:45 left here in the second quarter. As Bears try to extend the defense a little. Swinging around here. Malone up top. Swings it back to Perkins. Perkins sets up the offense. You know, if you're Coach Kraft, you got to like that these players came out and competed, though. You know, in a tough environment on the road in a game where they could have easily just closed up shop. They haven't done that. Not a good shot there by the Rough Riders. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Kraft. Heady play there by Coach there. To save the possession, save the turnover here. As we got a 13-11 lead here for the Brewer Bears over Saginaw.
Keith Parker took a bad shot, but he made up for it.
Excellent hustle, excellent hustle. Are you tired of high interest rates getting you down? Call Randy King at Farmers Insurance, 817-226-5464. Randy King has you covered for auto, home, life, and business, and is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Call Randy King with any of your insurance needs at 817-226-5464. Okay, gotcha. Hey, we appreciate you listening to Zero on Friday night. It is just, I mean, Paul, in a blink of an eye from the Whataburger tournament to tonight, the regular season's over after tonight. It goes by so quickly. It
just seems like football season lasts forever.
It does. Well, when it starts August 1st, it ends December like 23rd. Yeah, it does go on forever.
I can't lie though. This season has been very memorable, for me. The Hoop Fest, the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest.
Absolutely.
We've had some great showings. The Elite Showcase 14 in Wichita.
Right.
The ARS put on by Nina Zavala, the Nina Zavala group. Shout out to her. I talked with her this morning, by the way. Great things that she has coming for the DFW. Ooh,
Nice.
Cameron Williams again.
For his
Mama, there go that man again.
His 8th point of the game, ties it up at 13 here with 3:40 left here in the second quarter. Cameron Williams came to play, and Lalick with the long three can't get it to go down here the last couple home games here. As we got a fast break here, pull back out for Malone, drifts it to Morant, kicks it out to Perkins. Perkins pumps fakes, and they run their offense swinging around. And the long three again there by Saginaw, but they get the long rebound. Cam Reams with the quick trigger. He doesn't get it, but it goes off of Duncan, and it will be Saginaw ball here. With 3:14 left here in the second quarter. And it's kind of been an ugly game so far, Paul. It is 13-13 with 3 minutes left here in the second. And it's
if you're Brewer, how much do you really want to show right now? Braswell is in the building somewhere watching.
absolutely.
They're trying to get their last-minute tips on what can they do to
And
to
the
beat
long
this Brewer
three by
team.
Cameron. He is not afraid to pull, not having much luck from three, but he is definitely not afraid to shoot it from there. Trapped there by Saginaw here. As we're under 3-minute mark here in the second quarter, a 13-13 game. And who's been very quiet has been Devin Avent so far for the Bears, and that's the guy I think is the catalyst for this team. I don't have him with any points here, and hasn't been doing a lot of penetration at all. Nice
Good
look.
ball movement. One
And
thing
as we speak,
Yeah.
he goes up, draws the foul. I believe the foul's going to be on 33 for Saginaw. Yes, it is. That'd be Noah Evans. That'll be
great ball movement by the Bears.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at these Bearcats. Their offense, they really move the ball very well, man.
And
Been
he
really
misses
impressed with that.
And he misses the first free throw. And, doing the telecast last week, Mark Henry and I both talked about how he finishes so well and he squares to the hole really well. He wasn't able to get it there, but he's got I call that that strength that you don't see, in his lower levels. And the second free throw goes in for Avent.
Now, I know it's just one game that you're not starting, but sometimes not starting, man, kind of puts you in a different kind of funk.
Sure.
And
You
one of the reasons
start
why I
the
never liked that rule, Coach. Don't get me wrong. I love it for the kids that's
Right.
graduating and so forth. This is their night and all that. But
Malone on the penetration goes in, draws it. Is he going to get the continuation on this one? No, they're going to stay on the floor.
man, Colin Malone is pretty solid too.
Yes, going to be on the big fella, I believe.
Found the Bears, David Woosley is first.
David Woosley is first. I apologize. 17 foul. It's going to be the 1-and-1 here for Malone. You do make a good point. If you start 35 games of the year, it's kind of hard to maybe get that rhythm off jump. To come in here, even on senior night, even though you're a junior.
You're coming out that locker room jacked.
Absolutely.
You're in that layup line. You're jacked. And now you gotta go sit down. So somebody ain't used to sitting down.
And the second free throw goes in for Malone.
I know when I played, I ain't sitting down, Coach.
Gives the Rough Riders a 1-point lead here, 15-14, with approaching the 2 minutes left here in the second quarter.
I didn't even like sitting down when you're up 30.
And the alley-oop goes up to. Nice play there by Avent. Beautiful pass there off top of Woosley. Avent, his first bucket of the game, regains the lead here for the home team, the Bears, 16-15, with 1:50 left here. And the long three again by Saginaw, but to get the long rebound goes to the big fella this time. Big fella going coast to coast, kicks it back out, doesn't look, looks inside. Nice dish there. Nope. Over-penetrated there, Paul, into no man's land in there.
Little guys, that's one of my pet peeves right there. You can't go that deep in there with
Nope.
all the trees. I used to hate my son did that.
As Saginaw sets up their offense.
We could win by 25, and when we getting in that car on the way home,
Absolutely. And
that's the first thing we're gonna
penetration
say.
there by Cameron Williams. A long three point by
I thought he
Perkins.
hit that.
Yeah, I mean, they are not afraid to pull for this last game here, Paul. Maybe they're not worried about getting pulled out of the game. But
What they? Oh, big
and the
fella.
long three by the big
It's raining threes for the big man.
It extends the lead to 19-15 here with 45 seconds left here in the second. The biggest lead here for the Bears tonight is 4. As a nice and a turnover there by
Got to
Saginaw.
throw the ball up.
You know, you
Nice. Get
nice
him up
pump
there.
fake.
Okay.
Looks inside. Woosley up
Real
top.
patient. I like this Bearcat
Yes, nice
team.
patient.
Nice. Good
Davis
penetration.
inside. Almost over
No, I
penetrated.
couldn't say he'd let it go again.
But it
Oh,
kick
nice.
pass to Avent from 3, and he knocks it down.
That's some outstanding passing.
Well, just real quick, the Bearcats are in Alito. They're about 5 minutes down the road. This is the Bears.
The Bears.
Alito. You heard of Alito, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the Bearcats. Props
We're
to
the
them.
Bears.
This is the Bears.
This is the
yeah.
Bears here. Yeah.
All right.
This is the Bear. That's why they call it the Bear Clave. And the
Where'd I get the
penetration goes
Bearcats
in here. And off the back iron, doesn't get it. But a big finish for the Bears here as they go on an 8-0 run here. They finish out the corner here, going up with a 22-15 lead. I mean, that 7-point lead looks huge, Paul, the way this game was going for 90% of it in the first half.
No doubt. Saginaw. Too many long distance calls being made.
Man,
I don't know where they call it, and ain't nobody answering.
they got a free license to shoot tonight, that's for certain. But hey, we appreciate you guys listening here on Friday Night Glory. We'll be back here with the start of the second half. We are out. Another telecast here at Brewer High School. The Bears trying to stay undefeated in district, finish it out with a 14-0 record in district, Dan. And I mean, that's just huge. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. When your ledger says undefeated in district, man, nobody can take that away from him. The big fella goes down low and he's fouled.
Just nonchalantly back.
Yes, he was. Contabapua, his second foul, first team foul of the second half.
Foul called on the Rough Riders, Benoit Catapula.
22-15, 7:45 left. The big fella Cortland at the free throw line. He's already showed a nice touch from the free throw line here early as he knocks it down.
Almost forgot we had a student section over there until y'all yelled like that.
That is a 23-15 lead. And the big fella with the next one goes down smoothly again. Extends the largest lead here for the Bears here now, 24-15. With 7:40 left here in the third quarter. And if you're Saginaw, you're in that danger zone right now, and a turnover for Saginaw. Lalick with the easy steal. I think that'll probably be the easiest steal of his career on that pass there. As the Bears look to try to get the lead to double digits. The kick out to Lalick. This is one guy you do want to get going for the playoffs, though. He's a good outside shooter, and he struggled here the last couple games here at home. And dribble penetration by Taylor, kicks it out. Woosley, the extra kick. Boy, nice ball movement there by the Bears. Doesn't get the bunny inside. Perkins with numbers, but pulls it out for the Rough Riders. They set the offense looking for Malone. Malone up top. Again, for Saginaw, boy, they were not afraid to shoot from three-point land, but unfortunately they didn't make many from three-point land as they're down 9. The long three again there by, man, Contabapua hits and misses everything but the blackboard. 22-15 was a halftime score. And the penetration and move. Nice move by Avent as the point guard extends the lead to 26-15 with 6:26 left, and Coach Kraft for Saginaw gets a timeout. I think he knew we're approaching that danger area here with a double-digit lead here. Looks like the intensity's picked up a little bit here for the Bears, and I think that that was a good timeout for him to kind of just say, hey, let's regroup, guys, here, and get better shots. We appreciate you listening to the Tuesday night game of the week for Friday Night Glory. As the regular season comes to an end here, can I believe that the boys' playoffs this time next week will be in full swing? And boy, let me tell you, last night there was an upset in the making by Triple Tech beating LD Bell last night. Boy,
Pop.
let me tell you, when I saw that on Twitter last night, it just stunned me, Paul.
Maya G is gone, man.
Body blow.
That was, you know, it was not close, Paul, and that just really stunned me. So that just tells you, just because you have that #1 seed does not mean you win in the first round in the state of Texas here in basketball. As we come back here from the timeout, Malone to Williams. Williams looking inside, kick out. Back to Perkins. Perkins has been very quiet here for Saginaw. He only has 2 points here in the ball game. Saginaw's only got 15 going in here with 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Penetration doesn't go in. Lalick with the rebound, gives it to Woosley. Woosley trying to force the issue a little bit, pulls it out as they set up the offense here from the big fella. Got a trapping, kind of a 2-3 trapping zone there, and a nice pass inside the big fella.
Cortland Blake. Big fella hits it from the outside and finishes inside. I'm liking it.
I love his quickness. I love his balance. I mean, and light of foot. As is the biggest lead here for the Bears now, 28-15 with 5:24 left here in the third. And we're going to get a foul on Avent in the reach around.
Look at this. Kenny going to say he can barely hear us. What? Hear that? Turn this thing up, man. Kenny says he can barely hear us. What is it? I mean, not Kenny. I'm sorry. Randy.
Oh, Randy. I was about to say. I can hear you perfectly. As we go through the swing to the outside. Perkins looking low.
Okay.
Big rebound. Kicks it back out to Malone. Malone with the long three. does not go in. Cortland with the rebound. As the Bears look to set up the offense.
Nah, I can't.
Penetration by Avent. Goes inside, gets the contact. He is fouled. Will be shooting 2.
I hear him good. So we're,
and the foul is going to be on
bingo.
Number 4. That's going to be on Taylor. That's his 3rd. Number 4.
There we go.
That is just
all in the mic. That's what I'm down here.
Second team foul against.
All right, Randy Edwards.
He said that Dan said he turned up the volume, so hopefully he can be able to hear us a little bit better here. That's the first free throw for Avent. Doesn't go in.
All right, so the big fella, Cortland Blake, man, nice outside touch so far. Good at the free throw line.
And the second free throw was good for Avent.
Avent, man, has been a nice little find right here, man. I like his athleticism. Nice chisel frame, too.
Yes, he does. His 9th point of the game. After a very slow start, kind of picked it up. The big fella overplaying the passing lanes knocks it out. Be Saginaw ball here, down 29-15 with 4:45 left here in the 3rd quarter. And you're going to have to get something here from Perkins. You're going to need something here for Saginaw to get back in the game. They're going to need Perkins or some of those outside, those 3-pointers to drop for.
Ooh, Cam Williams can pass. Hold on.
Okay. Now Randy can hear us.
Okay, perfect. Good deal. And the penetration goes inside. And 1.
That dude, Keith Parker. Keith Parker. Oh, my goodness. What a shot.
Basket good by Keith.
That's the first one he hit, but he's had a couple of those runners.
Absolutely.
Lelick with his 3rd. Lelick.
That's on Lelick. That's his 3rd foul.
3rd foul.
And the bonus for Parker.
Does Saginaw have a comeback in them?
It is good. 29-18 with 4:25.
They throwing the T-shirts out over there for the Bears.
Well, I mean, I think it starts with the defensive end here, Paul. They need to get some turnovers here. I think you're going to have to increase overplaying the passing lanes and a little bit more full out denial. Ball goes inside off of Saginaw. Stay here to the big fella.
I'm greedy, Dan. I'm greedy. I'm trying to get all kind of shirts in here.
29-18. Bears lead. Penetration.
Nah, they throwing it to the kids.
Swing, the extra pass to the big fella.
Good fake.
And the extra pass goes out just off the front iron. And the big rebound there by Davis. And a steal there by, that's Williams. No, excuse me, that's number 10. That is Freeman.
Mike
His
Freeman.
first bucket of the game. Gets the lead back down to 9 here for the Bears. There's a couple 5-0 run here by Saginaw.
I think Randy couldn't hear me in the beginning because I was in my moment a little bit.
Nice kick to the big fella.
Big fella's starting to make some things happen in the paint now.
Cortland finishes with a beautiful pass there from Avent.
Randy, I was out mingling with the crowd.
And the penetration again.
And
man. Doesn't
Keith
get
Parker can't get it to fall in.
It's going to be on Davis.
The student body. This tweet won't go through. We're trying to get this to go through and let you see what we was doing up here, Randy.
That is Davis's first. Team foul number 3 against the Bears. With a 31-20 lead here for the Bears.
All right.
3:20 left here in the 3rd. Up top, very good defense by Davis up top. But gets around, comes in for the layup, doesn't get it and go in for Parker. As the Bears with numbers up here to the big fella. He pulls from 3, gets the 3 call.
Stop.
That's number Noah Evans with the foul.
In the name of love, before you break my heart. If he'd have hit that 3,
this place would have erupted. It would have erupted. As a big fella will be shooting 3.
You kind of feel like the game is starting to creep away from Saginaw now. I don't know if that whip done got pulled out at halftime or something in the Bear locker room or not, but.
Well, they pulled it within 9, but then you had 2 layups that did go in for back-to-back, and you had 2 scores there for the Bears, extended now the lead back up to 13. I said, you had the shot when you get it under single digits there, Paul, and that's when you need to extend that defense and maybe get a turnover or 3. And it didn't happen as the big fella knocks down all 3. Boy, he's had a perfect stroke from the free throw line here tonight.
Yeah, I think we're a little low at the beginning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good now. Perfect. Well, that's awesome. So up top here at Saginaw, under 3 minutes left here in the third. Needs to get a couple buckets here. And we're going to get a travel call.
Yeah.
The one thing we did not want to get was a travel call there. As Coach Kraft is looking and says, hey, we need to get a good shot down here.
Can't be too antsy there. He's a senior.
Well, you don't want empty possessions.
A little fidgety there a little bit.
Yeah.
A little nervous.
You know, empty
Calm
possessions
down,
when you're down double digits is never good. As we got a 14-point lead here for the Bears. With 2:40 left. Beautiful pass. It goes in there. And Taylor with the finish. I love that Gerard Taylor. He does everything that doesn't show up in the books. Tough shot there, but Perkins doesn't go in. Big rebound there by Davis.
Anthony Davis has been pretty solid.
Yes, he is. He plays
Both
really
ends,
good defense, too.
Yep, both ends. Good handles on the rock.
Anthony Davis plays real good defense. Penetration there by the Bears. Knocked out of bounds by Saginaw as Malone knocks it out. So we'll stay here with 2:12 left here in the third. A 36-20 lead by the Bears.
Kyler Malone is a junior.
And I think we'll stay here again. No.
Oh.
No, they're going to say it's off the big fella.
Oh.
We're going the other direction there.
Oh.
Saginaw gets the break there. So we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third. A 16-point lead here by the Bears, 36-20. Up top is Parker. Penetration, that tough 20-footer doesn't go in. Big rebound by Avent. Brings it up to have numbers. Penetration. And a beautiful pass to Taylor! Nice. Beautiful pass. Taylor with his 8th point in the game.
What's that kid's name?
Yeah.
David Woosley.
Beautiful no-look pass on the penetration.
With the no-look pass, baby.
I love cutting to the hole. I love not sitting around, Paul, though. I love when you cut to the hole. And we get the block here by Taylor, too.
Gerard.
That was a 007 pass, top secret.
Top secret. I like that.
I like that, too.
007 action.
They have an 18-point lead. I like the Taylor kid. He's active. Been very active here tonight. Kind of one of your lockdown. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
One of your lockdown wing defenders. As the ball goes inside to the big fella. Noah Evans against Portland. And we get a penetration there by, I believe that is, we're going to stay here?
Saginaw, I think it's a lot of these kids, this is their last game of the season. I think right now, they're trying to get buckets right now. This is it for them, man. So that's why you're seeing a lot of one-on-one action going on for Saginaw. A lot of these kids, this is it for them, man. So next week.
Monday or Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, Monday.
Monday or Tuesday.
Playoff starts. Somebody asked about the playoffs.
Antonius Martin had a tough shot there for Saginaw. That's kind of not the one shot you want to go. And that's an equally tough shot there by the Bears. As we're under a minute left here in the third. 18-point Bear lead.
I think Cam Williams' arms done got tired all the shots he took in the first half.
He had to ice his wrist
Cam
at halftime.
kind of calmed down in this half. It's all right.
Approaching the 32nd mark here in the third. Williams up top.
He handles the ball really nice, too, though.
Good defense by the Bears.
Uh-oh, 33.
Three by Evans is off the rim. Rebound by, nice spin move. Beautiful play there by Kyler McGee.
Kyler Malone.
Nice spin move. And he's at the free throw line shooting one.
Foul called on the Bears. Courtney Blake is second.
Outstanding move right there by Kyler Malone. Malone, again, I reiterate, I know it's AAU season right now, recruiting season. Kyler is a junior, y'all.
Hey,
I don't know who he's playing for.
And he finishes the three-point
He's
play.
having a pretty good night tonight.
The game for the Rough Riders.
Just picked up his 7th point. Cuts the lead to 15 with 19.5 seconds left, 38-23. You would assume that the Bears will hold out for the last shot here. As Avent brings the ball across half court. Being picked up by Mike Freeman. Penetration by Avent. Looking, gets all the way into the lane, kicks it out. Big fellow going to shoot the three. He's been red hot, and he knocks it down. Oh, the big fella had a huge third.
Oh, my God.
It looked like they were in trouble. Just when you think they're in trouble, they give it to the big fella, man.
Dan said just when you think they're in trouble, they get it to the big man, and somehow he pulls them out almost every time. Has that been that way for the season so far for them?
He's been inside out. That is his 12th point of the quarter.
Wow.
12
points in the quarter.
Yes, in the quarter. As we've got a 41.
He's on fire. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely been a pleasant surprise watching this guy. Been hearing a little noise out of the Fort Worth area about this Cortland Blake kid on the recruiting chair.
Yes.
Good to see, put some eyes on him. Good inside, outside guy so far, man. I'm real impressed with. Want to know how he does next week? When that fire's on him a little bit, the playoffs next week start. That's what everybody's waiting to see. In particular, me. I want to see what Brewer's going to do. Absolutely. Coming out that tough district with Little Elm and Northwest and the Colony.
And it's been a long time since they've lost, Paul. When you go undefeated in district, you haven't tasted a defeat in a long time. So
those are always the hardest, times being in high school basketball, being undefeated in district.
Absolutely. It's tough. You get a little complacent. It's just human nature sometimes. You don't work as hard sometimes. And the teams that fight to get in are the ones that are hungry. And the penetration there doesn't get the bunny to go in by Malone, but they do get the steal back. As it's going to be Saginaw ball, and they're going to get the turnover, though.
Can't do that.
No, you can't get that.
It's last quarter. This is it for some of these guys right now. Some of these guys are looking at their last quarter of high school basketball right now. Probably basketball. Might be intramurals from here on out for some of these guys. You never know.
You never know.
This is it. You want to lay it on the line right now. If any coach is watching, you want to make sure that you're trying to do something right now.
And the big finish by the big fella on the alley-oop. Boy, he continues his red hard start to the second half.
This dude can stroke it. Oh, give me that.
And we get the steal. They're going to get it to the big fella. But we got number 20 coming from behind. The big fella does still finish it. No. He saw Cameron Williams to the left. I think he was going to try to flush it, but he pulled it out and did the smart thing. He used his body to finish the layup. We're going to stay here on the floor. The foul is going to be on number 1, David Woosley.
The referees, the other two referees on the outside got to help him a little bit. He had the bad angle. He couldn't see the push off there.
15 foul against the Bears. So we got a 45-23 lead and a step back for Perkins. Shoots the three, doesn't get in, short. Boy, and
good move, everything but finish it.
The three-point line has been very unkind to Saginaw here tonight, as we've got a 45-23 lead with 6:40 left here in the fourth. Up top, Woosley looks at penetration. Now, Lalick is a guy that I know that the Bears would really like to see him hit a three here before the – and he does! Right on key! I think he's a huge part of their offense going forward.
You can look at his body language right now, and it just looked like the monkey just got taken off of his back right now. Look at it.
Absolutely. He is breathing,
he's
aspirated. You gotta love that. Well, hey guys, we do appreciate you listening to us here on FridayNightGlory.com. And if you like to do live streaming your team's games, self-serve, student or volunteer run, and full-service live streaming recorded on demand package available to suit any team, venue, and for Saginaw, they just can't buy a bucket here. Penetration by Avon goes inside. We're going to get the foul, though.
Definitely love that they put them jump shots up.
Yep. Going to be shooting two. That would be, looks like it's going to be on.
Foul call on the Rough Riders, number 15, DJ Perkins.
And we're going to be shooting two here for Avent, as the foul was on Perkins, going to the hole again. Perkins again getting inside the lane and being able to finish around the bucket. And, that's huge for this team because you got the big fellow over there to try to clean up some of those misses.
Man, I'm trying to tell you right now, Cortland Blake.
And the first shot
has been
no good.
All that in the bag of chips tonight.
As Coach P empties out the bench here, brings in all the reserves in here. They'll be finishing out with about 6 minutes of playing time for the reserves here on senior night. Always like to kind of see that, though, Paul. Some of the guys that have the blood, sweat, and tears throughout the season and don't get as much action, and now they'll be able to finish that out a little bit here on their senior night. The second free throw goes in for Avent.
I know a lot of parents don't like that, seeing their kids. But you got the playoffs, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You got to reward those guys for being practice players, going on those long bus road trips, and the foul. Nope. And the zero. Wow. Number 10 with Avent
with the block shot.
As coach does keep Avent to facilitate the offense for these guys to get them good shots. I think that's a good call here.
You didn't start him. Let him finish it.
Absolutely.
Get to the least.
Penetration goes in again and goes off balance. Doesn't get it. Again, you see the strength that he has to get the ball up on the rim softly. That's another thing. He was covered by
like 2-3 guys, but he got the ball up there.
Absolutely.
Also want to say that Avent is another junior. I don't know who he's playing with AAU-wise. That's another junior that's going to be back.
Yeah, that's a good-looking point guard. He can play on my AAU team any day.
Left-handed? Left-handed? Those are always, I hated guarded lefties. Oh.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't really play no defense anyway. But when I did have to, I was a shooter, Kenny. I don't know if I ever told you that.
They will never say I was a lockdown defender, Paul. That's for certain.
But I used to say, man, when you can shoot this good, you don't have to play defense. I used to tell my son that all the time.
As we approach the 5-minute mark here in the fourth, as we've got
Till he told me that one day. And I was like, no, man, you're supposed to be able to do both ways.
28-point lead.
Nice bucket by Cam Williams.
Nice move there by Cam Williams, like you said there, Paul, on the penetration. Got a 26-point lead here, 25, excuse me. 4:45 left here in the fourth. As the Bears will go undefeated in district. Hey, any way you look at it, Paul, they'll never take away an undefeated season for the Bears. That record book is always, you can only tie that record. You can never beat it in district. And a nice penetration there for the Bears and a kick back out. Oh, going to overpass there a little bit as he over-penetrated too much, and the turnover by the Bears. Be Saginaw ball as Coach Kraft is emptying his bench also, which is nice. So some of these guys here like Parker and Perkins and Manley, be the last time that they suit up here for Saginaw, and that's always kind of one of those sad moments when it actually is over, Paul, like you said earlier.
The ending when you not going to the playoffs. Oh, nice.
Nice move in there from Perkins. DJ Perkins, his 6th point of the game. 51-27. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the fourth. Avent up top. Blaine Taylor getting some extended there. Nice backdoor cut by the Bears. Penetration. I like the patience, even with the reserves. The patience, they run their offense. They're not going in there and rushing anything. Penetration by Avent. Oh, he did everything but finish, but the long rebound goes to the Bears, and it's off of Saginaw to stay here. 3:44 left, 51-27. And we got the brooms peeking out over here in the stands here at Brewer. And the long three, and he knocks it down. Andrew Juarez says, put me in the book tonight with the long three.
Putting that pressure on.
Penetration. Nice move there by Parker as he finishes.
Putting that pressure on everybody else. They ain't in the books right now. Who next?
Approaching the 3-minute. Juarez feeling it. And Juarez is feeling it.
Juarez is a junior.
With the floater inside. The 56-29 will stay here.
Juarez said, look, Coach, I want some playing time in the playoffs. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Juarez. I see you, brother.
It's going to be a foul on Davis, his 3rd. 16 foul against the Bears. As we're under the 3-minute mark here of the fourth. 56-29, Bear lead. Perkins penetrating, goes all the way to the hole and finishes.
Perkins knows how to finger roll.
DJ Perkins.
Perkins
needed,
with
I
the
think,
finger roll.
well, we needed Perkins to do that in the first half.
No doubt.
I mean, that's
No
been,
doubt.
it's a little too late. You know, you feel bad for the senior there. I mean, but he needed to have a big game here for them to win tonight, and that did not happen. And we get another turnover on the Bears. 2.5 minutes left here in the fourth. Numbers. Parker's going inside. We're going to get the charge. No bucket.
He gets the charge,
Yes, we are.
I'm loving it.
And then guess who?
Is that the first charge taken of the game?
Yep. And Juarez pulls it off with the charge.
Taking the charge.
I'll take the charge.
In limited minutes, Juarez showing he can play tonight here
Doing it on both
at
ends.
the Bear Cave.
You want to impress the coach? You looking for some time?
Absolutely.
Just in case somebody get in foul trouble in the playoffs
And the
next
penetration for Bradley, and he couldn't finish. Kicks it back out in the long three. Goes to the back of the rim. I think the crowd was ready to blow up.
Come on, ref, you can't call that.
And the foul is on Luke Bagg, the sophomore. And it should be 1-1 for Saginaw.
Bradley's first. Team 7.
And it is.
Mike Freeman to the line.
And Freeman to the line, shooting 1-1 with 2:03 left. 56-31. Bears lead. And the first free throw is good. Nice stroke there.
Good release. Good form. Everything on that. Freeman is a senior.
Playing his last game. Yep. I can still remember my last game, Paul, like it was like a couple weeks ago. And that was some 33 years ago. So, yes, that last game does stick with you for a long time. And he knocks down the second free throw.
My high school, last game we lost in the state championship. Amarillo High.
That's tough. That's a long bus ride home, isn't it, Paul? And the three by Bagg!
Bagg in
the sophomore.
Shout out to his dad. I spoke with him a little bit before the game.
Gotta love it. And Perkins
his dad
finishing.
used to be a referee, man, for over 30-something years, man.
Oh, I did not know that. As Perkins with the finish, with a minute 20 left here in the ball game, and a long three from Avon.
Whoosh. No, Avon, I'm sorry.
Evan Avon. Boy, showing his range there with the pull-up three. And going to get the foul. I think that was what
He
Coach...
wanted to come on out.
Yes, he wanted to come out.
Job.
So he can get him out.
Foul call on the Bears, David Avon.
Hold on, what they doing?
Yeah,
They bring him back in.
Check in the game for the last time.
One last time. He wanted to get all the seniors in.
David Woosley, Aaron Mellick, Cortland Blake, Gerard Taylor, Colin Alwyn, to the line for Rough Riders, number 15, DJ Perkins.
Nice
Awesome
touch
feeling.
there.
Yes.
Nice touch to bring the seniors back in. The originals started the game here, bring them all back on the floor for their last home game here in the Bear Cave. The Bear Cave's been very kind to these seniors the last couple of years. They were a second round in the playoffs last year, I believe it was. They lost to O.D. Wyatt. I mean, bringing some new tradition here of some winning. Making a hay in the, being a tough out in the playoffs, Paul. It starts with a core group, and these guys have been around since they've been 3 and 4 years old together. And it's kind of nice to see their hard work pay off here with an undefeated district record here. Penetration goes in for Davis, and he finishes. Woosley, excuse me. Looking for the foul, doesn't get it. As we're 45 seconds left in the regular season here, Perkins goes inside as Perkins misses the bunny. Woosley up top. And they're looking to get the big. They try to get number 24 this bucket here. They want him in the box. And he gets him.
Started out slow, finished out with a bang.
Yes, it did. And the long three attempt there doesn't go in. And it's, the steal there. We're 10 seconds left here.
There it is.
There it is. Parker with the finish.
They want the 30-piece.
And the game comes to an end as the Bears, undefeated in District 5, 7A, with a 67-39 win here tonight in the Bear Cave against Saginaw. And you wanted to see the big fella, Paul, and he came through big time for you here tonight. The big fella is definitely the player of the game here tonight on senior night. I mean, he had 16 points in the second half. I mean, he did a little bit of everything for the Bears, and it's a good win for them. I'm not going to say it was I'm not going to say it was an excellent game for them, but it's nice to see your seniors walk off the court here for their last game with a convincing win over Saginaw to end it with an undefeated district record.
No doubt, man. Good big congratulations out to all of the Bears, the coaching staff, the players, the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is our board president.
Hey, and the hospitality here that the Brewer faithful gave here to Friday Night Glory here and back-to-back Tuesday nights, man, is second to none. We appreciate it, man. Dan and Mark here, I mean, they took care of his. Dan took care of his with the audio and the visual here tonight. A couple of our old Friday Night Glory guys. And, hey, Paul, I appreciate working with you during this season here. It's been great. We got playoffs coming up, but it's always sad to see the regular season kind of come to an end because you know that there's not going to be any tomorrow for some folks as we go through this process now.
It's been a heck of a ride, man. I love the 2018-2019 season. Really hate to see it come to an end like this. But what a way to finish it here in Fort Worth, Brewer.
Yes, it is.
A part of town that
53 years.
you don't really get to see your boy at.
But that's all
We're
right.
glad to be here, man. I really appreciate all the people in Fort Worth.
I assure you, we will be back in the Bear Cave again next year. I assure you that.
The juniors on that. I'm looking forward to seeing.
If we're ever feeling lonely, we need to come over and get some of that Brewer love. We're going to come out of here. That's for certain, man. We appreciate it. Hey, we appreciate you guys listening to us on Friday Night
Shout out
Glory.
to Mark Henry. Shout out to Mark Henry, baby. I don't know where you at.
Yep. We appreciate you listening on Friday Night Glory. Check our website here Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll let you know whether our playoff game will be on this Friday.